But I'm back in Bridge, and I've selected all the images that I'm planning on doing Lightroom on, and I'm going to click and drag them into Lightroom right over here. If you already have a catalog pulled up, and I already do, then the ones that I just selected should already be selected here. I'm going to only import them, so the ones that were unselected, the ones that weren't as good, are going to stay behind, and then the better ones are coming in. There we go. And let's see. Just have to give it a second. We are in the library view. This is how I like to look at them, so I can get like an overall grasp of everything. You can also click on one image and see it a little larger, and then to go back you can use this. As soon as they're pretty much in, I can go to develop, and I have created all these presets, but I can just start from the beginning so you can get a better grasp of what's happening here. So this photo is shot in RAW, so I'm going to take the highlights and bring them down so I can get some detail in the sky. I'm going to bring the exposure up just a little tiny bit. I like my shadows to come up a little, and then I keep my blacks black because I like the contrast in photos. And then this is the warming or cooling, so like morning light is generally a little bit cool, so I'm going to brighten it a little bit. And then I have this at +3, which I think I'm okay with. I like to decrease the texture. If you look in here, texture has to do with like pigments, like differing pigments on faces and stuff. So if you go all the way, it looks really soft, like a 80s kind of soft focus filter. And then if you go this way, it looks really harsh. So I'm going to bring it down to right around, I usually go between 5 and 10. I don't work with clarity. I do the dehaze. So dehaze is going to just take a little bit of the haze that's coming in from the backlight here off. And then vibrancy, you can see like it's going to bring up the colors a bit. I like to work with vibrancy, and then saturation obviously is going to do kind of the same thing. That would be like closer to black and white, and then this is, I don't want to go too crazy on the saturation because people tend to turn orange in my camera, and I actually usually bring my orange down just a little tiny bit in this color thing. And you can even, if you'd like to, bring your orange up in the lightness of it. So if you can see, like now all their oranges have turned like bright, and now they're all dark. So now they look like they're, I don't know, some sort of skin condition. So I'm gonna leave that where it is. And then I always bring my noise up to between 20 and 30 usually, depending on how much noise is in the image. So I'm just gonna hit the midline right there. And that photo looks okay for this set of images. I'm gonna, once I have established that, I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna go select all. Command A is what I've used, and then I'm gonna hit the sync button. So everything except for a couple of little things is gonna be sync across the entire session. So I'm gonna hit synchronize, doodle-doo, there we go. And then let's come back here. I'm gonna work from the first photo towards the last. So this first photo was kind of like just the boys checking out where we were, but I thought it was cute. So I'm bringing my exposures down. Now I'm just gonna do small adjustments to everything so that each individual photo gets some attention. Let's see, let's move along. When I'm cropping, I'm clicking the crop tool, coming in from the corner, and then you can go, I'm pushing my mouse up to go this way and down to go this way. There you go. I'm gonna get rid of this building on the side here. And the other one's kind of unavoidable, and I'm not gonna do any real work to get rid of it anyways. You can also, if you would like more clarity in the sky here, I'll occasionally add a gradient filter to this. So for this filter, I'd like the sky to be a little bit darker. And then I usually use my dehaze up a little, my highlights down, and my saturation up. So this is I'm just gonna circle, click and drag across here. And right now it's inverted, so these guys changed. It's the outside of the circle that's changing, so I'm going to invert it so that the inside changes. And it's kind of hard to see, but if you can tell the difference, like if you look up above in the sky, as I bring this up now, the sky is going to be more blue and have a little bit more contrast. And I don't even mind bringing it to the top of Dad's head so that his head doesn't get lost up in there in the light. And then click off of that. And now it's got a little bit more, and there's a history over here to the left. So the last thing I did before the radiant or the radial filter is I did the crop. So here's the crop, and then including the radial filter I get to here. So from this point, like I would continue to do the whole session all the way through the beach photos, which are going to take a little bit different adjustments, but I'll get to that in a minute. But in the meantime, let me show you how to export. So if I'm good with 1, 2, 3, and 4 images, I can select these and then library again, and then I'm going to export them. And I always put them onto my desktop so that I know that they haven't been backed up online or anything yet. They're only sitting on my desktop. Things that are on my desktop are what I'm paying attention to. So I'm going to choose their file. It looks like it's actually already chosen. And I put it into a subfolder called BOS. Sometimes I'll put JPEG, or if they're all black and white images, I'll put black and white just to identify them. And then for this, the quality is always at 100. I am in JPEG. I don't include any watermarks. I keep it pretty simple, and then I export. So these are exporting, and I'll close my bridge. When they're done exporting, it's gonna pop up on my screen. Of course, it's taking forever today. Let's see if they're even going here. So they're in this file, and right there. Okay, they're still coming. So right here, it looks like they're just busy coming in. There we go. Oh, that was earlier. That was my other camera. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and this one will be the last one. And that's it. That's how I do kind of a basic Lightroom. You can also, if you're happy with your where your photo is at here. So like, let's say I wanted to keep this as a preset. You can go right up here and just hit the plus button, create preset, and then you're going to call it morning vertical. So I want to call it a vertical because I did add that radial filter, and I wouldn't want that to go on a horizontal image. I want it to stay up at the top of a vertical image. And then now, if I look down here, morning vertical is right there, and I can click on it anytime I want to use that same set again. All right, I think that's it for Lightroom. Thank you.